Hey everyone, today I am going to be doing a recap of my monthly sales online selling clothing on platforms like Poshmark, eBay, Depop. I don't think I made any sales on Mercari, which is my fourth platform that I sell on. To be honest, let's just jump right in off the bat here. To be honest, I'm not really sure about Mercari. If it weren't for the cross-listing software that I use, I would not be selling on Mercari. I just don't think that making 0 to 1 sales maybe every month is worth it. But since I do have a cross-listing software that I use and that I pay for monthly, I might as well get as much as I can out of that, and it's not any more time for me to list on it other than like a click of a button. Which, by the way, I don't think I've ever talked about what automation tool or software that I use for my reselling business. So just real quick, I wanted to mention it to you guys. I don't know if it is one that is really well known out there. I feel like I hear a lot about so many others from other YouTubers. It is called Sidekick. I actually started off the beginning of this year using their free trial, and then after that I signed up for, I think they're like basic or the first bundle plan, and then I realized that after that month that I really should bump it up more so that I can list more items. So at this point in time, I am now using their silver, I believe, bundle option, and I believe it's like $50 a month. They have a bunch of different customizable options that you can choose from, and that's just what I've been using for the majority of this year, and I have found that it's very much worth the price that I have been paying for it. And I just wanted to put it out there and share it with you guys. If you are interested, I have a link down below. You can go check it out, do the free trial period, see if you're interested. It also had offered something that none of the other automation softwares offered. You can do automated silent shows, and I know that silent shows aren't like attended regularly as live shows are, but to hopefully have some more activity on there and add some points to my Poshmark score, I like to do those silent shows. It does it automatically for me. I just plug in like the items and what I want to have it run for, and I don't have to be at this silent show. Like, I don't have to be there, I don't have to comment anything, I don't have to watch it, babysit it, nothing. It does it on its own. I just have to schedule it and set it up, and it is so easy. Just wanted to share that with you because it definitely helps my sales, and it has contributed to a ton of the sales that I have made this past month. Let's jump in to kind of the overall numbers here. I made a total of $1,174.33, if I can talk today. That is my profit after platform fees. So that's not including my cost of goods taken out, and that's not including my other costs, such as the subscription to Sidekick, because that is a monthly cost that is not included in this number either. Obviously that doesn't include taxes that you eventually have to take out, and like shipping supplies, or any kind of supplies that I purchase for my reselling, whether that be like storage items. I just want to be a little bit transparent about that, because the number that I'm giving you isn't the amount that I'm like making profit from reselling this past month, but it's the number that I've calculated that I received in my bank account from Poshmark and eBay and Depop. My average profit price is $28.64. I calculate my average profit price instead of my average sales price, because my average sales price, there's so much, like, there's fees and stuff taken out of that, and I kind of want to look at these numbers as like what's coming in, what am I actually making. I sold a total of 41 items this past month in October, although I would have sold 42, but my last sale on eBay that I made, they haven't paid for it. So I don't know if they're gonna pay for it or not, so I don't want to count it as a sale. If you haven't seen these videos before, what I'm gonna talk about in this video going forward now are my best sales, so my top dollar sales, anything that sold $50 and above. My worst sales, so usually I do like my worst 5 sales or something like that. Today we're just gonna do my sales that were $15 or less. And then we are also gonna be talking about my quick flips, which I really like to talk about the items that sold within a week's period of time. I feel like that really gives a good lens into what is selling extremely quickly. Let's start with my quick flips. I feel like I always have those near the end, but let's switch it up in this video. I have 4 items that sold within a week's period of time. The first one I'm going to talk about sold within 5 days of listing it, and that is a Filson sweater. It is a green, really like heavyweight, really good brand, quarter zip. I'm gonna sit more over here so you can see, sweater. And this one actually had a flaw in it too. I was really bummed when I found the flaw because I didn't know it had a flaw until I photographed it, but there was a hole in the back of it. Made sure I noted it and things like that. It was 100% wool and it was a men's size large. And this one, like I said, sold in 5 days. Oh, this is actually an overlap item. Okay, I love when this happens. So not only was this a super quick flip, it was also one of my top sales of the month. So it sold for 70, is that correct? This must have been like a weird offer thing. And this was on eBay. This sold on eBay. It sold for $72.24. That was definitely either an offer I sent or a counter offer that they sent me. I can't remember which one. Starting off with a really great bolo to keep in mind. And if I ever find that again, I will definitely be picking more up because even in flawed condition, it did really well. 2 that sold within 3 days, pair of Crocs. I don't pick up a bunch of Crocs. I think I have one other pair in my closet right now. But these were very different, right? So these were like a platform, chunky clog style, and it was white and black. These were a size 8, and these ones sold for $30. I accepted an offer that they sent me, and like I said, it sold within 3 days. Next one that sold within 3 days, I was actually kind of surprised about, were a pair of Athleta leggings, but they were like within the past 2 years as far as like they were more recent. These were the Athleta Elation straight leg pant in black, size small, and these ones sold on Poshmark. So did the Crocs. Those sold on Poshmark as well. What's interesting about this is they sold within the 3 days, and then I had another exact pair of these same exact leggings that I listed like the day or 2 after this pair sold. So I had 2 of them, and I just didn't want to list the second one until this one sold. So I was really happy that it sold so quickly. Now my other pair has not sold that quickly because it has been past the 3 days, but that's okay. Maybe that just means that I got lucky here with this one. Maybe it wasn't necessarily the item itself. But these ones sold for $25, and this was an offer that they sent me. I am very willing to accept offers, by the way. I mean, as long as it's reasonable. I don't want to just hang on to things and store them. I want them to go to good homes. I want people to love them and enjoy them. The last quick flip sold within 1 day. I think it actually took a day. I can't remember if it sold in less than a day or not, but it was very, very quick. So this was a pair of Smartwool leggings. I don't find Smartwool often, so when I found these, they were just like a pair of base layer leggings. I didn't think it was that special, but I knew this brand was good. A pair of men's size medium black leggings, like again, like a base layer legging. They sold on Poshmark, and they sold, like I said, in one day. They did sell for an offer. I accepted the offer. They sold for $27. I know I could have gotten more for these if I would have waited, but like I said, if I can sell something within a day, like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's talk about my sucky sales. Sales that didn't quite make what I had wanted them to make. I'm gonna start off with the $15 sales. I think I have a couple. The first one I'm going to talk about was a pair of BDG jeans, and they were the Dad Slim tapered fit, size 32. Either I purchased these quite a while ago from Plato's, like on a clearance sale, or I picked them up to bring them to Plato's and they rejected them, because I don't usually pick up BDG to sell myself. So these sold on Poshmark, and they sold again for the $15. I just needed to make some sales at that point. This was at the beginning of the month. I don't think I will be picking up this brand to resell myself. If I do find it for a really good price, I'm gonna give it to Plato's Closet, and if they don't want it, I'm gonna send it to like ThredUp or Crossroads or something like that. I did try out the Crossroads like send it in thing. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna continue to do it, but the thing is they tell you they're gonna send you like a list or a breakdown of what they purchased and what, like how much they gave you for each item, but they don't or they didn't. I saw an email say that I got paid, and that was it. So there's that. Let me know if you sell BDG, if you resell as well. Do you pick up that brand, and does it do well for you? The next two I was actually really bummed about, but I was trying to sell them before I just had to redonate them, because I don't keep things for a long period of time because my storage is minimal. I thought these were both really great items, especially this one. This is from Patricia Nash, and it was a really nice Sherpa shearling little poof bobble, like key charms, exactly like key charm, purse charm. On it was real leather, brown, very cute, very fall, winter. I do think it had some flaws, so it wasn't in perfect condition, so maybe that's why. Also, maybe this brand just isn't the best purse brand to pick up, or maybe I just didn't have the right item from them. I'm not sure. It's the first time I've ever found a purse from them before, and I'm pretty sure they're known for their purses, so. Anyway, only sold for $15. I had it in an eBay auction. One person bid on it because $15 was my initial bid-in price. The next $15 sale, I'm not a huge vintage seller. I just don't know much about it. I don't sell a whole lot of like handmade items, but this I think was handmade. Yeah, it had a little handmade tag like sewn into it. So this was handmade. And it was this really cute, like oversized grandpa sweater, and it had like a golf like figure in it. It had like a tee, had like a golf ball, and I thought it was really cool. There was no size, but I guessed it was like an extra large. Like I said, it was quite oversized in my opinion. Put it on auction. One bid, $15, and it sold. I have one more low sale, and it was for $12.50, another eBay auction. This one actually did get bid up a little bit because my starting price was $10, and it sold for $12.50. And these were a pair of Durango leather boots, like cowboy boots. But the thing with these, and these were a size men's 9.5, so I think the size might have been the reason it didn't sell, and also the condition. These were not in great condition. I picked these up because like of the whole cowboy boot craze that was going on, and I kind of thought that it didn't matter the condition, so it clearly matters. So now I've learned my lesson. At least I'm getting something for them. That's kind of how I look at these, is at least I'm getting my money back for them. I'm not losing money. So now let's move into our top dollar sales or our best sales money-wise of the month in October. I'm gonna start off with a $55 sale. And this one was a brand I've never heard of, actually. It's OAS, all capital letters, just OAS. This looked very unique. And I was like, okay, let me look this up. Good thing I did. It's definitely what I'm going to be looking out for going forward. Again, very obscure. I've never seen this before. So if I ever find this brand again, I will definitely be picking it up. It was a size small and it is a men's. So that could have, you know, been a little bit of a downside, but clearly it still sold. This sold on eBay, and this was an offer. I can't remember if it was a counter offer or just an offer that they sent me, and I accepted it. Next up is a $63 offer. Sorry, I'm like looking down at my spreadsheet here. This was a Cole Haan coat, and it was actually a very nice coat. I would have kept this, but it didn't fit me. It was a size large, and it was like kind of a rain jacket, kind of like material and stuff. And this one sold on Poshmark. And this one, I believe, was an offer that they sent me. Again, I don't know if it was a counter offer or a regular offer, just right off the bat. But I did accept the $63 offer. Going up just a tad to $64.58. This one was a True Religion jacket, and this one was going to be up for the chopping block as well, and I had it listed very high because it's very Y2K, kind of a rare piece and very unique. Again, it wasn't in 100% perfect condition. It did have some fading. I don't know if that was intentional or if it was just wash wear on it. The what is it, the rhinestones on it were in perfect condition though. It had them all still there. None of them had fallen off, but it was a size large hoodie dress. So it was a very long, like, zip up hoodie. It's a very unique piece. I thought it was gonna sell on Depop, to be honest, but it didn't. It sold on eBay, and it sold in an offer that they sent me for $64.58. Maybe I just didn't know how to list it and listed it way too high. I like to kind of reflect on a lot of these things just to kind of like go back and like kind of learn myself of how to do things a little bit better. The next one was a $70 sale. Now, this one actually sold for a lot more. It sold like for over $100 initially. At the beginning of October, like October 1st, it sold for over $100 on eBay. And I was very excited because it was my first sale of the month, right? But they returned it, like as soon as they got it, they returned it. I could tell they took one of the pairs of shoes out and tried it on like super quick. And that's fine, like that's fine. It didn't fit them, so I totally understand why they returned it. They didn't damage it or anything like that. They kept the other one wrapped up perfectly still. They didn't even open the other one. So I really appreciate that because I wrapped these shoes very well. So they did not get ruined or scuffed or scratched at all in transit. And I got them back perfectly fine as well. So I really appreciated, you know, how they sent it back to me. Then after it got returned, sold again, but this time it sold on Poshmark and for quite a bit less. But at that point I was like, I didn't even put them back in my inventory yet, and I was kind of like, okay, well, they need to go, because I already in my mind they were sold. I took their offer of $70, pair of undandy shoes. I feel like the funkier they are, the better they sell. Because I have some more normal ones and not getting much attention on them at all. And I have sold a pair of these before for over $100. Again, they were more of like a vibrant color combination. The last sale we're going to talk about in today's video was my best sale of the month, and it sold for $160. This, I never find this brand. I actually found this at Play-Doh, so I paid up for this. I paid more than I normally do for items, like in general, on average. Saw these at Plato's and was like, no way, they don't know what this is. And they didn't. They had it marked as like women's brand. Like they had Madewell jeans marked higher than the Frankie Shop jeans because they don't know what it is, right? And I feel like a lot of people probably don't know this brand. I learned it from another YouTuber, and so I'm grateful that I learned it from them. I love watching other YouTube videos to learn other brands. And here is why. Okay, so these were the Frankie Shop Nolan pleated denim, super wide leg. They were size extra large, so great size. And these sold on Poshmark for my offer, my automatic offers to likers that I have set up with Sidekick to send automatically on my behalf about 5 minutes after somebody likes an item. So this sale I may not have gotten if it weren't for my automation software that I have. So again, like I said, very, very helpful to have, especially to save time and do all these things for you to make sales that I may not have otherwise. I may not have caught it at the right time to send them an offer. So my best sale of the month came from a Sidekick automated offers to likers. There you go. If that's not proof enough, I don't know what it is. But anyway, so yeah, so it was an offer that was automatically sent out to them through Sidekick, and they purchased it for $160, and I was so happy. If I ever find that brand again, I will 100% be picking it up. So another BOLO. We started off with a BOLO and we ended with a BOLO. How do you like that? I love that. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed watching this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave me some comments down below. How did you do this past month? If you are a reseller, how were your sales? What was your best sale? And again, if you are interested in signing up for Sidekick, if you don't already have automation software that you're using, I highly recommend it, and I will leave the link below. All right, I will see you all later. Have a wonderful and beautiful rest of your day. Take care, everyone. Bye.